Hello guys, and welcome back to the series. Welcome back to Denmark, here as the manager of Vejgaard in the top flight in Denmark. Second season here on camera, my now 6th season here in charge of Vejgaard. We've reached the start of the season. We've got some transfers to go over. We're now in our new stadium as well. The training facilities are almost upgraded, but we'll start off with the transfers we've brought in. We've brought a couple of players in. We are still very restricted by the board. They're reluctant to really up the wage budget too much. We're up to £47,000 a week. As you can see, we are over that though. And you know, as a result, my personal managing finances since I've been the manager of Vejgaard it is taking a massive hit. We're down to 3%, which is not good, really, is it? Not good at all. So transfers in. Godesar, as you can see, is currently in the process of going on loan to Vejgaard, if that's how you pronounce it. We have brought a few players in. I think there was a couple at the end of last season that we brought in. Have we sorted by date? Yes, there was. There was Robert Denman. He's coming from KZ Dentagem. He's another one of my young Belgians, 20-year-old, new left back at the club. I felt like we had to sign our own left back. In the end, I've actually signed two, which, you know. But yeah, left back, one of the areas that we were a little bit poor last season. He's okay. He's okay. It's the best we can do at this current moment in time. 2.2k a week. Still got some potential to fill at 20 years old. So still can do a job for us. And then the final player that we've brought back in is more one for the future, really, on £400 a week. Is Ben Backhaus. He's coming from an Austrian club, I believe. He's coming from Erfurt, who are a German team. Beg your pardon, a German team. Ben has gone on loan, though. He's gone out on loan to Vejgaard again in the second tier, hoping he can get some game time there. He can, obviously, he's got a lot of room to develop. 18 years old, young German. Signed as a backup striker for us, really. You can see he's actually pretty decent, though. If he can improve his pace, that would be he'd be a much better player. But he is considered to be a fourth tier player here in Denmark. He's out on loan in the second tier, so hopefully he does get some game time there and can bag a few goals. On to this season, though, the players who've come in. We've brought in Tom Otterson, who contract was expiring at Brøndby. We've brought him in as a segundo volante on attack. He's fairly decent for that sort of position. There's no red numbers there anyway. Let's put it that way. We've got a lot of yellows, some decent greens as well. I'm hoping Otterson can have a decent season here on 2.5k a week. Considered to be a second tier player by our assistant, though. So you know, we'll see how we go. That's one of the issues that we've had is signing any players of any real quality into the squad. Next one in was Birkir Olafsson, 26-year-old Icelandic central defender. He's come in for a little bit more sort of depth at central defence. Again, he's considered to be a second tier sort of player. He's formerly of SFB Ure, who I believe are in the second tier, but here's another one whose contract expired there, and I was looking for some depth in the centre half position. Can play as a fullback on either side as well, which it could be handy going forward. He's not on massive amounts of money at 1.3k. He's consistent though, which is good. His physicals are really good. He's not too bad. You know, he's not too bad. I think it's an improvement on what we had. Ulrich Højbjerg is now a permanent signing. Of course, spent last season here on loan at Vejgaard. His contract expired at Lyngby, so we've snapped him up on a free transfer. A little bit of cover, left back. If Denman isn't fit, Højbjerg can sort of fit in. He's signed as a squad player. Still considered to be a second tier sort of player, which is, you know, it's the kind of theme that we've got going on here at Vejgaard. And finally, last one in was Mikkel Laursen, another central defender. Can play on either side again. Can also play in that defensive midfield role if it needs be, although he's makeshift there really. But again, he's another one with some good attributes for a defensive player. Again, though, considered to be a second tier player, and that's just the kind of restrictions that have been put under by the board. And unfortunately, what that does mean for us in terms of our odds in the league, is we're still favourites to finish bottom, unfortunately, by quite some distance. But I'm hoping that we can have a decent season. It's difficult because we've shot up the leagues with Vejgaard with 3 straight promotions. We sort of, our reputation has to catch up to us, kind of thing, before I can get any sort of decent players in, if you know what I mean. But there's some of the players that are kicking about in this division. For example, if we go with Dupont, look how good he is as a central defender. We compare him to what I believe is our best central defender, which is Mirko Sabe. There's just a big... There's not that much of a difference between Sabe, because Sabe is a really good player. But there is a difference still. Koulibaly of AGF is another good central defender. You've got Monk up top, who's absolutely unreal. This is the kind of players that we're up against. And because our reputation is going to take a little while for us to catch up, we're kind of sort of stuck down near the bottom of the league, unfortunately, with Vejgaard, as things are. And as a result of that, we're not going to do the usual thirds of a season here this season. Maybe next season. We'll see where we're at. I'm going to come back. I'm going to do a game today. I'm going to do halfway through the season, and I'm going to do the end of the season. So we limit it to just 3 episodes for the season. I don't want to get strung up in one nation for too long in terms of episodes, which is kind of my reasoning behind it. So we're going to go into today's game anyway. We're taking on Vejgaard, who are predicted to finish in 6th position. I'm hoping that we can have a reasonably decent season. If we can avoid relegation, maybe not last day of the season again, relegation, then we'll be absolutely fine. Copenhagen are still massive favourites. Massive favourites for the league. Their best player, Carlos Del Rios, is a winger. It doesn't look anything special. I'm surprised that he's considered to be their best player. But they do have, some crazy players in terms of their attributes and stuff like that. But they are considered to be massive favourites. Those odds are they accurate? Are they really accurate considering where we've won league titles from before? But we are favourites to finish bottom according to the bookies and the media. So the lineup that we're going to go for today, there's going to be some debuts. We're going to start with Alshin in goal, still here. Stelfest Ham continues as the right back. Lauritsen makes his debut in the central defence alongside Sabe. Højbjerg is not going to start today. We're going to get Denman in, although Denman's not actually match fit. I've only had 3 pre-season games, and I sort of just skipped through them while I was busy doing other stuff. You know how it goes in Football Manager sometimes. We are going to get Højbjerg on the bench though for not Olafsson, Christensen. There we go. So new signings Højbjerg and Olafsson start today on the bench. So it's Denman, Sabe, Larsen, Stelfest Ham as the back 4. Hansen and Muller continue from last season. Otterson comes into that other Segundo Volante role there, though. And the 3 strikers for today are going to be Melander Post, De Keyser and Brewers making the start up front. We've tied some of these down to new contracts as well. There was interest from Benfica, most notably, for some of these players, but I have managed to tie them down to new contracts, some of these young Belgians. A lot of money they're on now, but they've got some good value as well if we do feel the need to move them on. And we're underway, and we've got an early highlight. It's Alshin with the goal kick, looking for Melander Post. It's one in the air, though, by the Vejgaard player. They're looking to go long themselves, but Larsen brings it down out the air. Finds Stelfest Ham into Hansen, who's had the ball taken off him by Tegstad. Now it's Vejgaard getting the ball into the box, and it's a good save by Alshin. We were almost behind inside the 2nd minute there in this new season. That wouldn't have been a very good start, would it? At all. Vejgaard have started off as the better team here, though, as you'd expect. It is going to be another season of struggle for us here at Vejgaard. Hopefully it's not too much of a struggle, though, and we can comfortably avoid relegation this season. Like I say, keep building that reputation up for the club. Get some better players in. As now Alex takes the goal kick for Vejgaard, which Muller wins in the air. Finds Brewers. Now Stelfest Ham with some room to move into. We're into the final third of the pitch. It's Brewers. Look, he's got 2 teammates in the box. Looks for Melander Post. It's a decent header, but unfortunately it has gone harmlessly wide for us. And now Vejgaard looking to capitalise on that. Vejgaard The deep ball into the box, which Alson claims really, really well. Good command of his area there from the goalkeeper. Can he get us going up the other end? He's took far too long for a counter-attack. He has gone long in the end. We don't win the ball, though. It's Mikkelsen. Now Brito. Hopefully we win that. No, Vejgaard wins it, but he's got nobody ahead of him. And Stalfishtam mops up behind his centre-backs. Now Denman, Muller, Sabe. Denman again into Muller. Muller looking long. It's a wasteful ball. It's easy for Brito to pull down out the air. But Sabe does win that header. Now Hansen. Now this is the opportunity. Hansen looking over the top towards Brewers. He's in. Can he get his effort away? He's gone for the lob, but it's hit the top of the crossbar and come back out. Audacious effort there from Brewers, but we're coming. It's Denman, the new man, gets the ball into the box towards Brewers again, and it's another effort by Brewers. Again, we've not hit the target though, but we're growing into this game. And at half-time, it is still 0-0. We've actually had more shots than Vejgaard, which is slightly surprising. Only one on target, though, unfortunately. We have hit the woodwork as well, but we have got some good performances here. Most notably, Mirko Sabe and Christophe Brewers, two of my young Belgians. Of course, one of the hopes that I have got is with some of these young players that I've got, particularly the Belgians, is that they can they develop over the season. They've got a lot of potential to fill. But Overgaard with a free kick for Viborg. It goes deep. It's towards Jakobsen, but it's gone over the bar, thankfully for us. And we are still holding on here against Viborg, which is a really good performance for the boys. I'm really happy. De Keyser is having a bit of a poor one, though. We might get Redan on. But Overgaard with the corner towards Teistad. Again, thankfully, it's gone over the bar. We are going to make that change now, though. We're going to bring De Keyser off. We're going to get Giovanni Redan on. See if we can go up the other end and grab a goal. Grab a sneaky 1-0 win here. That would be good, wouldn't it? A nice smash and grab on the opening day of the season. And this could be it. It's Sabe with the free kick. Rolls it into Otterson, the new man. Takes it past his man. He's got Melander pushed ahead of him. Has he got any support? He has. It's Brewers. Oh my God. How has he missed the target? How has he missed the target? All he had to do was dangle his leg out. Sabe into Otterson. Sabe again. Denman. Takes it back. No, he loses the ball out to Hansen. It's now Agard, Vestergaard coming forward for Viborg into Bayaki. He's hit the post. It's offside anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But Otterson getting caught on the ball there in the middle of the park has not really helped. He's actually having a bit of a poor game, is Otterson, on his debut. So is Denman on his debut as well. We're going to get Højbjerg on the left-hand side. We're going to bring Otterson off as well. We're going to bring Loris Villain on the other side. Some poor match ratings there. See if we can get some improvement out of them. We do have a corner to defend, though. It's Lamperia. It takes it really quickly. It's headed clear by Muller. Only as far as Hansen, who has the effort. It's dipping, swerving effort from the edge of the area. But again, it's gone over the bar, which is great. And we are holding on here, guys. We are holding on for a point here. Brito looking long, though. Bayaki not going to get there. Stalfishtam gets there instead. And he looks along himself for Brewers. It's a great pass to Brewers. Brings it down. Villain, the new man on the pitch. He's got his three strikers ahead of him. Comes out wide to the left to Højbjerg instead. Can Højbjerg deliver a good ball into the box or a pullback for a teammate? He can. It's Hansen, but it's blocked by the defender. It's been given as offside anyway. We needed to make that one count, really. We've only had one shot on target. Now two in this match, which is not great. Not great at all. But this is going to be a fantastic result away to Viborg. That is absolutely fantastic. One of the defenders has got the man of the match as well, which... You know, we were quite good in that game. We were quite good in that game. And like the assistant says there, that's a very satisfying result for us. Right, so then, guys, first game of the season out the way. Nice, decent start. A 1-1 draw away to Viborg is a good result for Vejgaard. Now, like I say, I'm going to come back halfway through the season. In fact, I'm going to come back at the point where the league splits, which is 22 games. And see just which group we're in. We're probably going to be in the relegation group, and then we'll take on the first game of whichever group it is, and then we'll go. You know, I'll go through to the end of the season, and we'll do the final day of the season. Yeah, we'll definitely do the final day of the season, just so you know where we are. Just trying to keep Denmark as short as we can because I've got a feeling that we're going to be here for a little while yet. Unfortunately, it's just the way it is, though. Just the way it is, and I've got to deal with that. But we'll get through it. But guys, thank you very much for being here with me again in Denmark as the manager of Vejgaard. If you've liked it, please remember to hit that like button for me. It does help me out massively. Also, if you want to see future episodes, then hit that subscribe button and the notification bell as well, just to keep up to date with it. But guys, thank you very much, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers, guys.